Hi friends, hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to do a little bit more in the Dark Fae journal, and yeah, I'm just going to do a little more decorating here, the pages. So I know we made the envelope last time, so we have that in here, and then we made this little tag here with the house and the mushrooms. And then here, I did end up gluing down the wing here because it was catching. So I just made, that's a tuck spot there, and I did splatter it with some of my mica spray. Villainous Potion, maybe? Was that the one? I don't have it out here. Might have been. So just put a little journaling card in there. And then I put some greens and a mushroom, and I curved it because I think it's more interesting. And then a little fairy, the little kneeling fairy, and I spattered it with that spray again, but I put it in a bowl, a drop of it with some water, and then used my brush because, I did that on the collage, and now I'm kind of hooked on it. But it's got that mica sparkle in it, and to me it looks like little fireflies. And then I put her there. So, journaling page. This one here, if you look closely, there's one of the skeleton fairies doing whatever she does to the flowers. So you don't see her right away. She's like a hidden type thing, right? And then we have this. Journal in here. I'm thinking of putting a faux pocket here, like printing this page out again, and I think I'll do that, but I haven't printed that out yet, so I think I'm going to put a pocket here. And then on this gal, I just kind of put some of the little mica sparkles here and a little bit of purple and green die cuts here, and I think that looks so pretty against this envelope here. And then you've got writing space here, and remember this envelope is open here, so we're going to cover this, and I'm going to cut the envelope open here. So I'm going to do that right now, just a sliver, so we can put something inside there. So I'm going to do that. There we go. So now that that's going to be open, we can put a nice journal card or something inside, but now we need to cover this up. So I have this fairy, I had it on one of the pages I didn't use, so I kind of ripped around her and inked her edge, and then I have a piece of the hand-dyed paper from Jacqueline, and I thought it would be fun to kind of put it kind of here, glue it here and along here and here, but I still want to see this envelope, So I thought, well, how can we do this? So I was thinking of, and I like the wicking here, and I think that will look super cool. But I was thinking of ripping it around her, like starting from here and kind of ripping it so we could still see this pretty wicking here. I don't want to cover the whole envelope up. And I don't want the paper here. I just need it like here. So I'm going to try and do this. And maybe I can just use this much of it. Now if we glue that down, that's kind of takes care of that. Okay, and then I can even just trim off a little on the bottom, but I like that. Let's see how that looks. If I can do that, glue this in, and then glue her here, up to here, and I want to see the envelope. So I think that would be good. I like it, and I can ink this edge. I'm afraid to rip any more off here. Although I could cut it there, couldn't I? Yes, I could. I like it. I do. And I don't mind even trimming some more of this off so we can see more of the envelope on the left. Let's try that. You know, just rip a little at a time. That's all you can do, right? And then see how it goes. Okay. Okay, so that works there. Now, I want to glue this here, like that. Then she's going to go here, and this way I want to see more of that envelope there, yeah. But I'm almost wondering I need to just trim a little bit of this off here, ever so slight. Ever so slight. Let's see. Okay. And then if I ink it, and I only need to ink part of this, that's going to show. I don't think I need to ink anymore. Let me get my ink. So how are you doing? I hope you're all doing well, having a good day. I am having a good day, just, you know, doing with my grandkids, the usual. Trying to get some crafting in, like that. Yeah, that'll work. And then I cover up most of the white here. I like it. I do like it. Okay, I'm gonna just ink. I know this edge is inked, but I'm just gonna add a little more purple to it. Just a little more. I love how it's got that bluish purple wicking in there. Okay, so now I have to know that I just want glue along here and then here. Don't close it up here because then we'll have a problem. So I am going to run glue just along here on the inside like that. Have you ever done that before? Glue your pocket shut? I have. And then I'm going to run glue here for now without closing up my envelope, okay? And then I can run it here for now. And a little bit here, just for now. And then I can always go back in there and get it better. So let's get that on there first. That's what we need to do there. Perfect. Okay, now I'll make sure that sticks. Okay, now I can go in there and tack this down. And then get the angel on. Or I mean the fairy. Angel. Okay. All right. There we go. Perfect. Okay, where's my eraser? Because of course, you know, you have to get some on the envelope. Okay, there we go. And now she will go, we'll glue her entirely here, and then we still get to see that envelope. That's what I wanted to see. I don't want to cover up that gorgeous envelope. So I'm going to get my glue book here and put her on with glue stick. Okay, and then I can always go around the edge and hit it with the wet glue if I didn't get the edge down. And that's easy enough, right? Okay. All right. Okay, I think I got the edges, so let's try get her on there. Okay. Oof. Let me work on this here. Just like that. Where's my spreader? I like that. That wicking gives the paper so much texture, doesn't it? Yeah. I like it a lot. What else do we have here? I have my bowl of goodies here. You can see these are all the cutouts and pockets and that. I wanted to see if, no, I think, unless one of those little tags would look nice, I believe, like one of those, maybe that would look nice. Even a flower, no, because it's the same size. What else do I have here? Maybe, baby. Let's see. That's the same size, I think. Right? I like, almost like that there. But do I need a flower on it? Let me check it out. Let's look at it. First of all, let's ink it. Okay, and give this one some, because it's like the blue, and it almost, to me, it picks up the blue in the wicking of that paper. So, and it pops, I think, right? Let's try it. If I were to put that here, and then put that there like that, that's kind of pretty. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put that on. I like that pop of blue. It does pick up the wicking. And it kind of picks up the blue in these mushrooms here too. There's a method to my madness. Usually. Usually there is. Okay. Now we'll put that flower on. What's going on here? Does that paper? Oh no, glue. Okay. I'm going to put that right there. Okay. Let me just push that down. Make sure it's on there good. I like it. That's pretty. What do you think? That's a pretty. And then we have the envelope open, so that's a pocket there now. That's pretty. I like it. And then I'm not sure what we're going to do here. Like I said, I don't want to cover too much of that envelope up, but we'll see what's going on. I haven't figured out what I want to do there, so we'll wait on that, but I know I wanted to cover that up really nice. Okay, and then, okay, on this page, well, first of all, on this page here, can you see I put a real pretty spray of ivy hanging down, and I just think it's pretty. It blends really nice, a little brighter green, but it looks really pretty, I think. So on this writing page here, I have one of Amy's pockets, and I have one of those from Amazon, the leaves that I got. I think I showed you. Oh, they're falling out here. Hold on. I got them from Amazon. You can't, let's see what this says here. It just says, if I can open this up, it says indoor plants, and they're on Amazon. If you look for plant stickers, I mean, they should come up. I've had them for a while. But anyway, I thought that's a good writing page, and she's looking at the butterfly, looking this way. But I thought maybe I would put this here and have that coming out. And now we can use it as a little pocket. We could put a small thing in there, but if you're not using it as a pocket, it's almost like a vase, and I think that's kind of pretty. So I want to do that. I want to put that on there. So I'm going to do it. I'm liking these stickers. They're clearer, which I love. They look real, which I love. So I'm going to kind of put that here. You can definitely write around it. I like them because they're not super shiny. I'm going to leave it as a pocket because we can always make a really skinny tag to go in there. But when the tag is out, It almost looks like a vase. I like that. Okay. Right there, I'll put it. I'll hold that down for a second. I like it. Yeah, super cute. And then you can still write here, but it just adds interest to a plain page, right? Okay, I like that. All right, and then she's pretty by herself. I don't want to do anything there. On this writing page here, I put one of Amy's flower cuts. It's very dark, but that's okay. And a piece of that gauze, and I cut it. I like it because it's adding an edge here. Can you see? Edge, and then just add some texture to there. So I think that's going to be fine like that. Okay, so I remember in the last video I didn't have anything to weave in here, and Dolly, hi Dolly, she suggested using some DMC floss and threading it through or braiding it. And I tried it, Dolly. Let me see, I'm looking for the piece that I did try it. I did start weaving a piece, but it was still, I don't know, it still didn't do anything. I think because the holes are bigger. Let me just kind of show you. Like, you know, I guess it would be all right, something, but I was hoping for like an 1/8 inch ribbon, and I looked through all my ribbons. I don't have any purple ribbon, so I'm gonna just, I mean, I like it, but I think I need more, something like thicker. So Dolly, thank you for the suggestion, because I wouldn't have thought of that. But I'm gonna see if I could go, next time I go to Hobby Lobby or something, I'm gonna see if I can pick up like a 1/8 inch ribbon of a color that would go with it. So I will try, but thank you so much for that. I love when you give me suggestions, everyone. I really appreciate that. So I thought, well, this is good here for journaling. We'll figure that out. This is going to be a tuck for something, so we'll definitely put a tag in there. A journaling space here. And then on this side, I remember I stamped and put one of those leaves and this, so that's really cute. But yeah, definitely would need something on this side and the other side. Here would be nice for journaling too. I'm thinking of also cutting this out and making a faux pocket here, but I'm thinking about it. So then here's our middle here with our pretty fairies. They have the gilded edges on them, which I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I love the room pages. Those were fun. Journaling here. Here again, we'll get something to weave. I put one of the pockets here on this green, so we have a pocket, and I just added some greens, a bottle, and a flower to kind of dress it up. And then I didn't think about this side yet, but I glued it across the top and made it, used one of the journal cards from the kid. I backed it, and I glued this cute little fairy guy on here. And then if you can see, I also put dots of the mica paint there, so it actually, to me, looks like little fireflies lighting up in the sky. I think it's super pretty. So that's what I did here, and it fits right in here. I just had to trim it down a little bit, but I made this into a pocket right there, and it sticks out just enough so you know there's something there. So we still need to make something for the pocket and weave into both sides of those. And see what we're going to do here. I was also thinking of just putting something, you know, like one of these greens here and making little, but I'm going to think about that because I have so many little pieces here to play with. So many little pieces here that I just have to sit and think about it a little more. And more journaling here. So pretty. Haven't done anything here yet. So pretty. I love those pages. So then we have the flap here of the envelope, and I have some pieces here. And what I wanted to do was to extend the flap and make it a tuck here. So we're gonna, not to say that this card's going in there, but by extending it here and then tacking it here, this will be like kind of a tuck, a belly band type thing there. So let's see what I pulled. I pulled some bottles, which I did not ink around, so I need to do that. I'll give it some inking here, just a little bit. Sometimes I try to ink around my pieces before but you know, sometimes I just forget about it. So we have that bottle. I have a mushroom that I think I might use. I'll use purple on that. Might have to cut the stem a little, but we'll see. Okay, and then we have a couple dragonflies. So I'll just hit them a little bit with some ink. Shredding, something shredding here, threads. Okay, so I'll just hit that. And then I think I have another one. Yep, the bigger one. So pretty. Oh, you know what I was thinking of doing is touching them with that mica stuff before I glued them down. I thought their wings would look really pretty shimmering. I have a piece of my floral, my vine. A couple more bottles here. So I was going to make like a little collage extending to the edge of the page. We'll see what we can do. And then another bottle. With the lavender sticking up in there. I like that. Okay. All right, so first of all, I want to make sure I don't glue anything to this page. That's the main thing. So I think I'm going to have this bottle on the end, but let's see, I could glue that to the end. What I was going to do is put this one here, put them at different heights or so. I was going to glue that one there, glue this one to the end, and then I was going to glue this tall one, connect them just in the middle like that. So that means I can glue this end only here. So let's start with that. Flip that over. It's a thinker because you don't want to glue your page shut. So I'm going to glue just this one side here and glue it to the page. And I'm holding it in the spot where I know it's going to be. So I'm going to glue that there and let that sit there for a minute. So I only glued it right there on the edge, okay? So then, now that I put glue on there, now I want to do, oh, I guess I do have to glue that little bit that's hanging over here. So let me get that tip on here. Okay. Okay, got that. Now this one, I want about here, I think. That'll be easy. And then this one here goes there. Okay, so I want to put that. Now I can glue, oh, now you got to be careful now so you don't glue too much. I'm going to glue that right on here. Okay. Okay. So that's there, and I can even get under here if I want yet, but I'll wait. And then that is going to glue right in the middle, kind of there. So I can put some glue here, and then a little bit here, a little bit here. And I think I could put some here and here, right? Okay, I caught that with my finger, so hold on. That will all get glued fine, no problem. Okay. Now, it should be working. Let me just make sure. I'll put my card under there. There we go. So now I know nothing's going to stick. And what I can do is I can lift this up and hit it with glue anywhere I see that I'm not getting it, like that. And then also right under here, I can hit more glue under here. And then just hold it down for a minute till it catches, and we can move on. Okay, so as long as I've got my card in there, you see, it's all good. It's all good. Just make sure. Yep. Okay. All right, that's good so far. And then what I was going to do is kind of put this along like that. So that I can glue on pretty much everywhere. It just, you know, it adds some depth, some dimension, I mean, and some interest than just everything being flat. So I really like that. Adding this little bit of leafy vines and stuff. Okay, let's hope that's good. I'm going to grab my tweezers because I know I'll, oops. Okay. That's what I didn't want to do. All right, so I'm going to bring it here and glue that down like that. Nothing was sticking here, so that's good. Okay, there we go. Now I have a mushroom, which I meant to put in there, but I think it's too much. So I'm not going to do the mushroom, but I definitely need to do these. And I am looking to see if I have a small, I have this paintbrush here. I'm looking to see if I have a smaller one, but I don't. Now let's see if we can take the rest of this ink I have here and touch the wings. Now it all soaked up in there, so let's see if I can just brush some on. Yes, and you will notice in a second how they're going to sparkle. I like it. Just by hitting it a little. And then I'll have to rinse my brush. But can you see the sparkle? It just gives some iridescence to their wings. That's what I wanted to do. So that's cool. So what I want to do then is just glue some on here. Make sure that's done. Okay. And I just wanted to put some of those here like that. Because I really want to showcase the beautiful envelopes. I don't want to cover them up too much because I think they go so well. Those envelopes, remember I told you I got them from the Paper Source store. So I'm going to put that one close by, I think, like right there. Yeah. And that ink just really popped their wings really nice. Yeah, once I get it decorated, then I'll have to see ephemera-wise what I want to do. Work with the tags that we have with the kit, and then maybe we need to make a few special ones for it. But that looks good. And then, like I said, I don't know if this might be too big. No, it fits, but we will put something in there. And actually that card looks nice. That was from Jacqueline's shop because it kind of goes with this. So actually, I kind of like that there. I'm going to leave it in there for now. But by just extending that envelope, I think it's super cool. I like it. So let's see. I love these half pages of the fairies. What else did I want to do? Probably put another skeleton on this page here, tending to the flowers in the garden. We need to do that. We have this to do, that, and that's, so we still have more to do here. And then the second signature, I love that purple in there. Okay, here. Okay, on this side, I think on this page, I was going to make a pocket with the house and put this tag in there. I think that's, and real simple, I was going to use this, and I have some more of my greens, and I think I was going to just have this coming out from in front here like that. Maybe. Something like that. And then maybe this here. I think that's what I was going to do. Like that's coming around the house. Like that. And then I was going to make it a pocket that we can put this tag in here. And I think that looks kind of cute like that. So then you have to be aware, like I would glue the flowers down here, like that. I have that to do. I'm thinking that's what I want to do there. I haven't gotten this far. So pretty. Oh, here's another, we can do this one. Here's another envelope, the other envelope in the second signature, and I'm going to have it go this way. So I've got a big bottle, which I don't know how, let's see how I was going to do that. What do I have? I have little purple flowers. I have the fairy with the mushroom. I have a, I don't even remember how I was going to have this, but I think I was going to have this here maybe. These were accent flowers, these little purples. I die cut those. And I have another big bottle. So maybe I was going to do something like that. And then maybe I was going to do something like that. Well, I know the big bottle goes there, so I think we should probably get that on first. I inked it, yeah. So that's going to go here. Okay. So I know that I can put glue along this side to glue it to the page. Could even put a little bit there and maybe here. Okay, so I need to figure out where I want that. So I'm going to put that right about here on the edge of the page, like that. And now I can even put, I can secure it here too. So without going over, right? I'm going to put that there and hold that down. Okay, that's good. And make sure I'm still good, right? Yep. Okay, that works. Now, let's figure out how we're going to build this. I think I was going to put her here, maybe here. And then I think I was going to put the tall mushroom behind her, but taller. So make that look like that. And then I don't mind seeing the, maybe that. And I want that to be taller than the bottle. So that could be taller, like that. And then we can put this bottle here. And then we've got this mushroom. Here is what I'm thinking I was thinking. Like that. Maybe was I thinking this one here? See, I didn't take a picture. Usually I kind of sometimes take a picture so I remember. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Take a picture, put that one there, and then I can put this one here. Yep, I think that's good. So we got to get the mushroom down. So let me get that, and I'll just ink that up a little. Where's my brown? Okay. This sure is a fun journal to decorate. I love all this ephemera that comes with the kit. It's so pretty. And I love the purple mushrooms, and I really do like it. So this one's gonna go on up here, so I know not to get this part up here. So I'm only kind of going here. Okay, so I'm going to just place her where I want her, like that, and then make sure that that's taller, and there's no glue there. Okay, I think I'm good. Like that. Okay, just make sure. And then she's gonna go here. So I'm gonna stagger. Now she can get glued everywhere but down here. So I'm putting my hand there. It's a good way for me to know where I should put glue and where I shouldn't. Okay, let's get her down. Okay, so I want her there. I'll hold that down. Okay, then I think I want this mushroom here. And I was going to put this bottle, I think, down here, more or less, wasn't I? And then this one, I think I want to put that one here. So I'm going to put the bottle, can be glued down all the way. This one can be attached like that. So that can be attached. Okay, and then these both can be glued down, right? They both can be glued down. I don't think, how did I have it now? That way? And then the mushroom here. No, I think I had it down further. Not that far. Like right about here. No, right about there. I think that's where. And then the mushrooms right there. Yep. Okay, now I got to remember. The whole thing can be glued down. That's easy when you can do that. It's coming along, slowly but surely. You know, working on it once a week, I think it's easier when I can work on it more often than once a week, but as soon as I have a little more time, I will get my act together, right? And then we'll do it. We'll do it. Okay, so there, that one's going right here. So let's get that on there. And then this mushroom is going to go right here, and it's going to hang off slightly. Putting my hand there, my finger. So yeah, I've got to go look for some 1/8" ribbon for sure to weave through there. And I thought I would have something like that, but I guess I don't. That's pretty. That's super pretty. Now, I don't know. I was thinking of putting some of these around, maybe. Let's make sure. Where's my card? It's in there. Okay, let's make sure this is totally open. See, it kind of stuck here a little bit. There it goes. Okay, so a little bit, it did get stuck, but it's totally open. Let's put the other card in here. I have another one, so let's put that in there. So we know. Oh, very nice. I like that. That's super pretty. So then we can maybe decorate a few things here. I like that. We can sneak that under there. I'll just trim a little bit here, and we can get that put on. So little bits here and there kind of will bring it to life, I think. I think so. And okay, I'm going to lift this up a little. Put that right there. It does. It makes it pop, right? Let's put one there. Where else can we do one? We can also just put one here, or we can put one tied on the bottle here, or I think one here would be nice, or standing up like that. Okay, let me grab it if I can. Now let's put that right here on that bottle. That looks fine. And should we do one more somewhere? Maybe right there. Oh, my tummy's growling. Can you hear that? No? Hope not. Gotta go make some dinner soon. Okay, I'm gonna put that right along here. That looks good. That looks nice. And I'm thinking that's good. I'm thinking that's really good, and I like it. So pretty, right? A lot to look at there, and I love making that extended belly band. So we have 2 belly bands that are done. We still have to work on all this, some of these things. There's the other middle. This one here, I was thinking not weaving so much here, but I was going to make this like a open type pocket, either like this. So I'm thinking about that yet. Probably a skeleton will go on there. Oh, and then we have this one here too to work on. So we'll have to do that. Figure that out. Something else. And then, isn't she pretty? And then we have a lot more to do in here. I love, love, love them. So, okay, friends, I'm going to let you go. And let's just take a quick look again. See what we did. What did we do today? I did that off camera. I did that off camera. Put the skeleton there. That we did this, and we opened it up so we can make something really cool to go in there. And then I made that and put that on there, which I think looks really good. And then I added this little bit here to this page, and we talked about that. And then I added this pocket here and made this cute little journaling card to go in it. Backed it. So I did that. Well, I did that off screen, but sometimes the idea is I'm just going to try to get a few done ahead of time if I can. And I think that's pretty much there. We did this belly band here, this version with the, that's cute. And then we went to the next one. We didn't do this yet. I might do that on my own. It's just a pocket with that. We have to do more in here. We did this one here, which I love. Love, love, love putting a cluster to get together like that. That's really cool. And I think that's it. That's all we did so far. So I'll see you back in another video. We'll do another video. We have a lot to do yet in here and fill this up, but so far it's you know, it's a really nice size, but there's so much more to put in here yet. So very nice, a very pretty book. So okay, friends, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.